Hey guys, Jason here, architect working in Toronto. This is my daily. It's been actually a few days. Today is December 22nd, and we are winding down. So I gave my staff today and tomorrow off, and all of next week as a break. We had we had a year, and just as a thank you. That's my way of giving a thank you to my staff. But because this week was like a 3-day week, basically, it's been insane. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were just bananas. Lots of people are trying to get stuff done for the end of the year, and so like a lot of clients are pushing for certain things to get done. I enjoy shutting down the office because honestly, no one's gonna look at our drawings until the new year. We could push. Everyone's gonna leave it at their desk, and then after the new year, it gets kind of looked at again. So, regardless of that fact, a lot of people ask for a lot of things at this time of year. So we've been kind of head to the grindstone, so to speak. A big one is like we have this one project that it's renovations to a bunch of multi-residential. It's a multi-residential building, and it's supposed to be flips. So it's like the tenants have moved out, so then we come in, we design something new, get a refresh, and then permit close, and they can re-rent it out for more money, essentially. Is that a good thing for this world? I don't think it's great, but it's a system that exists, and the ethics of that we can go into another time. But for some reason it was just like Friday last week. It was like, we got to do a site visit, we got to do this kind of final inspection. And it's like, well, guys, this takes time. We have to issue a letter, we have to review, we have to get the engineers on board, they have to review. This process takes time. Magically, on Monday, I was able to schedule in my site visit on Monday. I got to review the work. It looked okay, so then I issued my final letter, sent my photos, and directed the engineer to do their process for their final letters. And magically, we got them their letters to this morning. This morning from the engineers. It takes time. These things take time. And yeah, so hopefully that all got signed off. I don't really want to think about it, but that's the way it goes. But then also it's a time of year that a lot of people are right before the break. They might want to sign some things for the projects in 2023. So I've been running around the city looking at potential jobs, potential projects, talking to potential new clients, trying to set up for a good position in 2023 for the work upcoming. And so it's been a lot of driving, and a lot of kind of closeout meetings with clients. Like, we're ending the year, this is where we're at, this is where we're going to pick up in January. Pretty busy. And then Tuesday morning got busy too. I ran to a site again. This was a house renovation out in the beaches area. Very exciting time. Like the project is in its final leg, but there's little things like countertop has to go in, and plumbing has to be finished, and little deficiencies that we have to figure out. So it's like spending the time going through it. Tuesday also, this is now 2 days ago, I gave blood. Highly recommend if you are in a country that you can donate blood. I highly recommend. It's a good way to give back to the system without there's no actual sacrifice. If you are of the right body type, and you can actually give blood. Some people, their hemoglobin's too low. It's then it's a no-go. I'm on this cycle. It's basically every 2-ish months I give blood. And so highly recommend. If you're thinking about it, Canadian Blood Services does a really good job of if it's your first time, they'll walk you through the process. It's relatively painless. And it's not like I'm woozy during the day. It's like totally fine. But I did that on Tuesday. Oh, there's some sirens going off. Had to run payroll. Whew. So end of the year, we gave out gift baskets. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like sirens going on back there. Anyway. Okay, subsiding. End of the year, so we give out gift baskets. We do all this stuff for marketing to this kind of campaign, push for new projects next year. So doing payroll is tough. It's like we are right at the edge. One of my staff members, they're looking to do the Passive House certification, which is a great thing. And usually for my company, I do reimburse for professional development because that's a good thing for the company. Not every company does that, oddly enough. So I pay for their OEA membership. That's the architect's license, that kind of membership, and any kind of professional development fees. This particular one came kind of last minute, so I wasn't able. I was like, I'm really sorry. I will reimburse the next payroll run. I feel bad about that, but at the same time, we're like right at the edge of what we can afford for the end of the year. It's really, it's a tough business. If you're looking to go into architecture as a business, it is a tough, cutthroat business. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And that same day on Tuesday, we went out for dinner. So one of the clients for a house that's being torn, it's a tear down and rebuild. It's coming out of the ground, the project. And the clients were so gracious. They said, we want to take you out for dinner, also with the contractor. And we went to this seafood restaurant, this Chinese seafood restaurant that was awesome. Like they had crab and lobster, and the crab was massive, the lobster was massive. It was such a good meal, to the point where like my belly hurt by the end of the night in the best way, which was really nice. But then, so that's just Tuesday. So Mondays, all these site visits, start of the week. I also had a client meeting on Monday. There's all sorts of stuff happening. And then Tuesday, boom, all these meetings. Got to Wednesday, which is the last day for my staff for this year. So they're frantically just trying to get work out. It's like, how do we get this stuff out? And it was a bit of I know a lot of my staff had, multiple Zoom meetings with clients. I had a Zoom meeting with a potential new client. Again, trying to land new projects for 2023, get in a good position. And then there's a bit of revising proposals, writing proposals for me on my side of things. And then had a Zoom call with an interior designer. So we collaborate with interior designers a lot. This was like a potential kind of budding business partnership with another firm. So there's that aspect of things. And then in the evening, out of the blue, some friends who live in Hong Kong are in town. And out of the blue, they're like, hey, we're here. Do you want to grab food tonight? And so it was really nice seeing old schoolmates, kind of a blast from the past, catching up. We haven't seen each other since 2019, basically, because of the pandemic. So just being out and catching up with old friends is such a nice thing that would have been kind of almost a yearly occurrence. With this gap, so much has happened. So it was a really nice night last night catching up. And then today's Thursday, and it was basically I came in. I actually had to see a potential client, so I dressed up. Also had a call with another client today, but the staff are off, which is liberating for me. I basically get the day without any questions. The phone isn't ringing off the hook. It was such a lovely day. So that's what's going on up until today. I am working on some new videos, content for you, and one of them I'm thinking I just site measured a space. I want to take it from the measurements all the way through into my process, which is actually a little old school. My staff have a different process now. But what I would do for this project, and it's going to be a little shred. It's going to be a little design exercise all the way from measurement into inputting into the computer as built measurements, taking that into design, so proposed bring that into 3D, and then exporting some images. So hopefully that's a good video. I look out for that, and catch you next time. Cheers.